about this monumental decision to be able to get ordained here in Israel.
Thank you so much for having me on today. And obviously, when I first learned that I would not be ordained by my rabbinical school in New York, that was disappointing, to say the least, and a very sad and heartbreaking moment. And I have a lot of gratitude to Rabbi Daniel Atwood and his team at Yashrut in Jerusalem for bringing me on and for ordaining me. Just very grateful and very excited for that opportunity.
Rabbi, how have you seen the ultra-Orthodox community change as far as LGBT issues are concerned, especially after so many LGBTQ members have actually left religion, saying that sexual orientation and religion do not coexist?
Yeah, something I've definitely seen in the past few years, definitely among my generation, and especially if you go to people younger than me, millennials and Generation Z, is it used to be that you had to choose whether you wanted to be Jewish or whether you wanted to be gay or queer, and if you wanted to live in a Jewish community, you had to hide that part of your life, and if you wanted to live that part of your life, you had to leave. Now that's not what people are doing anymore. People are demanding their space. Queer people are saying, this is our community. We belong here just as much as anybody else. And among, again, my generation, and certainly if you go people younger than me, it doesn't even compute. It doesn't even make sense that people would be told that they should either leave their community or suppress parts of their identity to be in their community. And I think sort of what my ordination a little bit is about is creating those structures so that people who are in the community can live a full, robust life in the religious Jewish community.
Rabbi, tell us about the importance of having more diversity in leadership positions within the Jewish community.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point. I think it's just so crucial that there are role models and leaders that represent the people of the community. That we have rabbis and leaders, but now focusing on rabbis, women rabbis, LGBTQ rabbis, also rabbis of different abilities, rabbis of color, that really represent the whole community. When I was growing up as a gay kid in an Orthodox community, there were a lot of great rabbis, but I had no one to look up to, no one to aspire to who represented the life that I was living. And something I hope to do and hope people who follow in my footsteps can be is that role model for people, both sort of halakhically on an academic level and also on a personal role model level of being a role model for what a religious life can look like as a queer person.
Do you have any specific goals as a rabbi?
Something I think that's really important to me as I become a rabbi is to be a presence for the LGBTQ community in particular, to be someone people can turn to when dealing with coming out and family and life cycle events. There are a lot of great straight rabbis out there, for sure. Sometimes it's just I think, to quote my Rebbe, Rabbi Landis, it's nice to have someone who's on your side, who understands you and can understand that experience. So I really hope to be a presence for that community. And I see it also more broadly. It's not just about queer Jews. It's about so many people who have felt left out for so many different reasons. That's the community I've connected with. I've done a lot of work with victims of sexual abuse. It's because I feel a real connection, achrayut, responsibility towards Jewish people who have been marginalized, left out, or sort of pushed aside in the communities. That's really a space that I see myself hopefully working in.
Rabbi, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to express?
Yeah, I mean, just what I would, encourage sort of a message to the queer Jewish community, whether in Israel or elsewhere, is that something I've learned over the past few months is that nobody is going to do the work for us. Nobody is going to just, out of the graces of their heart, include us in the community and bring us in. That we really need to do the learning and do the work. And that's why I've worked so hard over the past many years to reach the place that I am in terms of becoming a rabbi and achieving that level, with a lot of gratitude, again, to Rabbi Landis, who does do the right thing from his heart. But we need to keep learning, and we need to create our own spaces and do that work ourselves, because that's how we're really going to create those robust communities.